Views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuddle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen. Get ready for your daily dose of Tuddle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuddle. Tuddle in Florida.
From the Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuddle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
I already knew that it was going to be bad. Fuck me. Like, seriously. I've worked all day. I've worked all goddamn day on this. I guess I'm going to have to go to plan B. I don't know. Let's see how it sounds. Hold on. Let's do it. Oh, see? There we go. I guess I just got to restart this shit every single time. I got an interview coming up. I don't like to get all political. I know that I went through that little phase where I did. But you got to reach all your bases and stuff. I had a really, really bad night. I'm just being upfront with you. My guest is Joe Mirto, Mirto. He's a Florida guy. And I got this interview today. I'm going to do that. I fixed the Serak video. Seriously, I just want to start out by saying I apologize for last night. I've talked to people about this. It's like all that I have right now is this. I've worked way too hard on this thing to be able to yeah, I know. I will figure it out. Have to. I know an engineer that is out of work right now, and I might be able to get him on the cheap to be able to come and check this out. See, that's a great thing about working in radio as long as I have. A lot of the radio broadcasters, they really don't buddy up to the engineers. The engineers are the ones that you want to be friends with. Seriously. And I'm just being honest. A lot of the engineers are weird people. They're weird. But I'm also a nerd. A lot of the engineers are nerds and stuff. So I'm going to reach out to the one that I know that doesn't have a job right now, see what I can get. I'm about to get paid from the YouTube. If I have to spend my whole month's worth of money that I made from YouTube or Twitch, I will, because I really do think it would be worth it, because you guys do deserve better. I flew off the hand. Man, I had a bad night. I think I maybe got 1 or 2 hours. By the way, see, the other reason that I'm not sleeping is because of living so close to a road. You got to remember, my closest neighbor growing up for the first 18, 20 years of my life was like 5 miles away. I swear to God, it's like my mom's new house is in the infield of Daytona International Speedway. And last night, if you go to my YouTube channel, I may play that later. I'm kind of waiting on the guests right now. That's another thing. Where is this guy, Vulture? Did he confirm? Look, once again, I'm not blaming Vulture. Me and Vulture talked about this today. He had to talk me down. Vulture is like my Jedi master, and he talks me down off of ledges. And he was just like, hey, man, a lot of the guests, they're saying, oh, man, the ones that do show up, they're like, oh, the reason I showed up is because Tuddle was reading them the riot act and stuff. what was the lady's name that I talked to this week? I got to tell you, I don't know what you guys thought of her because this weekend. Also, I would like to get some feedback. Okay. So I do the live stream itself, and I would like to get some feedback from you guys and see what you think. Should I take the interviews that I do and isolate them and put them? Oh, hey, Anthony, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing that. Also, you know what? It was probably for the best that I had all the technical issues last night. See, that's the thing about it is like I spoke with Tom and Dan last night or a couple of Wednesday. The show aired last night. Anthony, did you listen to the Tom and Dan thing? Because I didn't have any audio issues at all when it came to the Tom and Dan stuff. If you guys listen to that, because I even asked Tom and Dan because I was worried that there was going to be an audio issue. And come to find out, there wasn't. It worked fine. You know what, Vulture? Also, can you write this down? Because I really think that we should start looking into other like streaming platforms that can hit multiple platforms. Because everything, dude, I spent like all day. By the way, had a panic attack today as well too. But back to what I was saying on my YouTube channel, talking about everybody coming up and down the road. Usually once a week, I get this gang of motorized razor scooter gang that just, and they're loud as hell. Like seriously, it sounds like an outboard motor when they're coming down the road. And that video is available on YouTube. And I know that I sound like that old man that we all used to bust on. We're like, oh man, I would kick my own ass if I ever sound like that in the future. And I even said that in the video. I said that if I was their age, I would be out doing the same exact thing. So I can't fault them, but I can also hate them. And a lot of people called me grandpa and stuff. A lot of people told me to throw out a lot of roofing nails and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, dude, there's a lot of people in cars. But that's also the other thing. Living in Volusia County, everybody wants loud pipes, or their car or truck is such a piece of shit that the exhaust has rusted off and it's just loud as hell. I just got to get used to it because, you know, I've been to big cities and stuff, and I know like living in a big city, you got to get used to the noise. You do get used to the noise and stuff because when you're sleeping, you get accustomed to certain sounds. There's certain sounds that will wake you up. A door opening, just something falling because it's not familiar to you. I did not know that, Iggy T. So no loud exhaust. See, also the other thing is we have Bike Week, Biketoberfest here, and a lot of the bikers say that loud pipes save lives. And I get that because a lot of people do not pay attention to the motorcyclists, people that are riding motorcycles and stuff. But I don't know if it is illegal here. What up, Raymond B? How are you, buddy? Raymond B is one of the OGs that it's basically been with me since I started this podcast in February of 2020. So I guess this guest is not showing up tonight. This is also the other thing. Maybe it's because the way that I was raised. Once again, old man Tuddle coming in. Oh, he's 7:30. Well, why did it say 7 o'clock on the? All right. Sorry. Wait, why am I down to 2 people? You know what? I wish that I could block out how many people are actually like listening to this stuff. Because I really don't think that it does show the actual true numbers that are coming in. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just thinking better. Okay. All right. Sorry. I don't know why. I also said that because I put out a post like a goddamn baby last night saying, "Oh, I'm not doing a show. I'm going on hiatus until," you know, I get that way sometimes. Back to what I was saying at the beginning of the show is that, I mean, Atomic Shaman, you bring up a great point. This is something that I wanted to talk about. Everybody's talking about all these social media platforms, and a lot of them say that because I look at my audio podcast. My audio podcast is doing way better than this. And the thing is that why are the streaming numbers just so low compared to the audio podcast? And I really do think a lot of these stream like Twitch, YouTube, any of those, I consider those social media platforms. I really, really do consider them social media platforms. And, people have been always complaining about this being shadow banned. I know for a fact, like, I used to get so much traction on Twitter. Twitter was the one thing that I got a lot of feedback from. A lot of people would reply to some of my posts and stuff. And I don't get that anymore. I rarely on Twitter get anything. And I haven't changed anything at all. And I do think that a lot of these people do get special treatment. The ones that have big numbers, the ones that maybe, have paid. You also know, like, I'm on LinkedIn, and yeah, it is Good Friday. You're right, Raymond B. That's a great point. Yeah, I mean, Atomic Shaman says before shadow banning, one of my Facebook meme pages had 45,000 followers. I mean, Atomic Shaman brings up a great point. The social media has just all become smoke and mirrors because now you got to pay to play. You do have to pay to play when it comes to getting out there because, for example, I saw what was going on with TikTok, and I am on TikTok. I don't post a lot on it, but I've also noticed, like, for some reason, you see other people's posts more than other people. Like, if you go to your For You page, I see a lot of people. Like, I'm not even following them, and I'm consistently seeing their videos. Fish on Jay showing up. Yo, good to see you, Anka. Yeah, I was not going to do a show tonight, but Vulture had a guest, and I'm just not one of those guys that gives up. I get kicked in the balls on a regular basis. I get dirt kicked in my face nonstop all the time. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this bother me. So what? I'm having technical issues and stuff. I mean, I'm back to what I was saying. Not a lot of people are watching the live stream right now. Where I'm getting most of my views, or not views, listens, is off of the audio podcast. And that could be just because I've been doing it for so long. Well, not a really long time, February 2020. But I told you in the past 7 days, I've had over 52,000 downloads. I really think that I got a big spike. See, that's something else that I've had to learn about on-demand content, is that sometimes people get busy. Some people have got things they got to do and they don't listen. And then they'll, like, listen to everything that they missed. And then you'll get a big spike. And then when you get a real big spike is when you get a big group of people that discover, like, the Legion of Dude. When the Legion of Dude found out about that, because I did the math. For me to get all the downloads that I had, if they went back and downloaded every show that I've ever done and then listened to it, well, they didn't even have to listen to it. They just downloaded it. Oh, Dr. Till, man, I just saw your message. Hey, Dr. Till, I got a guest coming on at 7:30. Would you like to join with my guest? I mean, you're more than welcome. I do apologize. I just been so busy. If I DM you the link to join, are you still down? No, I listen. I asked Dr. Till that if he ever wanted to come on. No, Dr. Till, I mean, can I send you the link? I still would love to have you on. I really, really would. All right. Can I DM? Damn it. I don't. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't know if I can. Let me see here. Anyways, 407-270-3044. You know what, Dr. Till? I'm going to send you a picture of the link in your Twitter DM. Is that okay? I know that it's not a clickable link and stuff, so you're going to have to type it out and everything. Hold on. God damn it. I know this is very hackish to do, but I'm kind of multitasking right now. But I would love the Dr. Till to come on because I would like to talk to him about this. I like to talk to him because I got a big bump in my numbers and stuff, and I got a guest coming on here real soon. And I've never had more than 2 people on at the same time. You know what? It might be a train wreck, but I'm going to try it. I'm definitely going to try it. So I got my guest coming on. I know. I just sent it to you, Dr. Till. I'm sorry that it's not a clickable link and stuff. You're going to have to like spell it out. It's like an HTML thing, but it's not that long. Chirpy Cast. You know, Dr. Till's got, look, I'm just being upfront. I really do think that the big bump that I had in the numbers, because back to what I was saying, I took all the shows that I've done and I wanted to see how many people that I would have to have, because I've done 610 episodes. Yeah. But it would only take about, I don't know, 50, in between 50 and 60 people to download every single episode that I've done to get the big bump that I had. And that's why I think a lot of it had to do with the Legion of Doom. So, Dr. Till, as soon as you type in that link, just put it right in and I'll bring you on because I would love to have the thing. Have you on? I'm all over the place because I am just juggling so many balls right now, and some of them are just like hitting me right in the face. Chirpy Cast says, "I'm just kidding. I'm not his manager." Well, I mean, look, you guys have got a pretty strong following. Who is with the Legion of Doom? Who's the chick that is always in your chats and stuff? I hear her. I don't think I've ever really, really seen her, but I got to tell you, she's got a pretty sexy voice. Not trying to be some creep and stuff. So I'm just waiting on Dr. Till. I got a guest coming up here in about 11 minutes. So I'm going to be playing the Serak interview that messed up last night. That was the straw that broke the camel's back last night. That's why I had that big freak out and everything. But I also don't really, really feel bad about that. You know, I worked on the Bubba Love Sponge show, and there would be some days where maybe things weren't like going as well as they could. Yeah, Chirpy Cast, I think it's Selma. Yeah, it is definitely Selma. That things weren't going really, really well. And he would just like pitch a bitch. I don't even know how to talk tonight. And I was like, why is he always freaking out? But now that the show that I'm doing, it's my show, I'm the host, and it's my brand, I understand now why he got upset, because it's your name. You're putting your balls on the chopping block. So now I know why he got upset. Yeah, I mean, Iggy T, you're right. But I mean, I know that a lot of people that turns a lot of people off. Iggy T says Howard Stern flips out sometimes too. So I understand it. I mean, these guys are some of the greatest of all time. Just waiting on Dr. Till. I know that I could not send him a clickable link because, like I said, I was working on a lot of this behind the scenes stuff. And I didn't want to get too technical about all the stuff that I had to do. I mean, I think that the audio is sounding good right now. So maybe I did fix something. Maybe it's just right at the beginning of the show. I always got to reset stuff. Hell, I was on with the Legion of Dude on Discord, and all of a sudden my mic just flipped out. That is why I'm going to hire. Okay, hold on. Jesus Christ Almighty! All right, I'm not bitching at you. Stand by, people. I got to do a little bit of something here. I don't know, like, if I can even open my email because sometimes I think it like messes up the computer and stuff. Trippy Cat says Till is currently wiping the bathroom. He'll be in at least 46 minutes and stuff. Why is this not showing up? Oh, here it is. I got it now. I got it. Just give me a second. I know this is very unprofessional. Oh, that's my email coming through on the board. I gotta send it to myself, and then I got to copy it and then send it to him as well too. I really need to got it. Anyway, so gonna be getting Dr. Till on right now. Now that I was able to send it to myself, I know that it's a big roundabout way. Probably killing my internet or audio stream here. Oh, God damn it. All right, Dr. Till, it is sent to you now. It is sent there. You can join this. Wait, I don't know. Can you route Discord through this and stuff? You know, you don't have to use Discord. That link that I sent you will work from just any internet browser. You don't have to use Discord to be able to get in there. I don't know if I... All right, so what I'm going to do is while we're waiting for Dr. Till to join, I'm going to play this story. This actually is local. This happened in... this actually happened really...
I know, man.
Brevard County. This dude got caught doing over 100 miles an hour going down I-95. You know how everybody wants to give you a bullshit excuse on why they were, breaking the law or something? This guy, I love his brutal honesty. I sent it to your Twitter. It's there. It is right there in your Twitter. Seriously, it's there. Should be there. I'm clicking it. Yeah, it's working. Just sent it to you. I don't know if he was in a rental car, but listen to his excuse on why he did what he did.
Slow down, brother. You're gonna. I know, man. I really don't usually. This is the first time I've actually ever been pulled over. So what happened? Why are you driving like that?
Quick, I got Dr. Till here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? There we go. Now we're all set.
Hold on, I gotta switch everything over here. All right, there we go. I gotta go double screen. I can see you there. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I see you using the StreamYards.
Yeah, I like that hat that you're wearing. I just got done watching the season finale of Peaky Blinders.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And do you have a razor blade on the bill of your cap? Because that is why they called them the Peaky Blinders. No razor.
Dude, it seems a little past my sewing abilities.
Hey, oh, dude. All right. So I got to get rid of this. All right. I got an interview coming up here. Joe, I'm just going to let you know here real quick, Dr. Till. He's a political guy. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, you can go hard in the paint, but don't go too hard. I know you guys like to go after people and stuff. So
no, I gotta pester him on somebody else's show.
Hey, Joe, how are you, buddy? Are you there?
What's going on, Tuddle?
I'm doing well.
I hear you.
All right. How are you, man?
Good. What's happening? It's South Florida.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got a little lag on your video. I mean, Dr. Chill, are you seeing a little bit? I got a Dr. Chill is from the Legion of Dude, Joe. So they were a group that raided my chat room a couple of weeks ago. You do a live stream and stuff. I need to get the Legion of Dude to come in and troll you a little bit.
Well, now he knows about it.
I mean, come on. Listen, you can still come in there. Dude, do you ever get trolls and stuff like that, Joe?
No, I haven't done really any live stuff yet. Everything of mine, since it's a podcast, is generally pre-recorded. So I haven't dived into the whole live phase yet. But I'm sure if I do, there's always somebody that has something to say. So, I welcome it.
Yeah, are you on
live is definitely the way to go.
Yeah,
it is more interaction with your audience.
It is because, like, Joe, because when I did when they tried to raid they did raid it. They said some pretty awful, nasty things to me. But I was cool about it. I mean, I was really, really cool. And then I got a big bump in my thing. So you should take a lot of people. You should be inviting the trolls. Like, you should be calling them out and inviting them. But Joe, before we get into the interview and stuff, tell my audience, my supporters, a little bit about yourself and what you talk about, because I try to stay away from politics, because politics just kind of like, if you're a liberal, you piss off all the conservatives. If you're a conservative, you piss off all the liberals and stuff. So I really don't touch on politics a lot, but like, tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm the host of Little Joe's Conservative Corner. I basically go over news articles and pick out all the hypocritical nonsense that's going on in Washington and around the world, and just try to look for truth every day, because it is messy. I don't mind talking about politics, and really everything I do is just to try to awaken people to what's really going on in the world today.
All right. So what do you consider yourself?
I am a conservative, but I'm a peaceful conservative. Like, I can have, if you want to have a debate, we can have a debate. It's just when yelling and screaming starts that I pretty much tell you to have a nice day, because I'm not going to sit there and tolerate too much of that.
Dr. Till, what do you consider yourself there, or do you just care? You live in Colorado. Do you just go for the candidate that's like, let's make weed legalized?
No, I'm mainly like, honestly, I just vote on local stuff. Usually state and federal shit I just stay out of, because I don't know anything about it. Like, my immediate world is my county and stuff like that. So I mainly just vote for stuff that affects the county, you know.
What are some of the issues you deal with? Because, I mean, we consider that area living in kind of liberal, right? I mean,
yeah, but I live in a couple of very red spots in a otherwise very blue state. Like, Springs and the county I'm in are very conservative. Like, we had, like, you know, the Trump people out on the corners during the whole Trump election and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, where you would go to Denver and it'd get really, you know, artsy fartsy liberal, you know, nonsense. Yeah. Out here, it's a lot more hardworking, good old boys. Dude, this is an open carry county. Like, I just put my gun on my hip and walk inside the store, and no one's gonna say shit to me.
Man, that's more than Florida. What about you, Joe? Like, what are some of the issues? You said conservative, but you said that you're a peaceful conservative type. Like, abortion. Agree. Like what do you like Ron DeSantis? Do you support like this 15-week abortion ban that he's pushing, the Don't Say Gay bill? Well, I don't even understand why it's called the Don't Say Gay bill. It's just they don't want to talk about sex with 5 and 6 year olds and stuff. What's your stance on that?
Yeah, I'm pro-life, so I'm that I have a pretty hard stance on. I do agree with the 15 weeks. As far as the parental rights bill, which is not they're dubbing the Don't Say Gay bill. I don't really see the need to have conversations with kids under the age of 8 about anything sexual. If you have kids, I don't know how old any of you guys are, but if you do have kids, you know, that's not really a hot topic on their mind. They're more concerned with the latest superhero out and what they're going to do, you know, so it's.
Joe, with the internet, like I'm pretty sure that 8-year-olds Googling stuff. By the way, you swear to God, you do look like an extra Dr. Till from Peaky Blinders because you got that hat and you're smoking a cigarette. I don't understand how any of these people lived because all they did was drink whiskey and smoke like cigarettes with no filters on them the whole entire show.
Meanness, mainly.
Yeah,
Just survive through meanness.
But
call it the Irish gene.
But Joe, though, the one thing that I don't like, I mean, I can understand at a certain point. Matter of fact, I'm down for partial birth abortion sometimes. Like, I feel like we're overpopulated. But I mean, do you think that people that were raped or incest should be able to have abortions because they can't here in the state of Florida?
Well, I mean, that's the argument that everybody has, and the percentage. If you break out the percentage of, I'm sorry,
it's a good argument because I'm telling you now that if somebody's raped, they should be able to have an abortion. Because I'm telling you, if I was a woman and I was raped, even though it's your kid, every time you looked at that little kid, it's going to be like it's going to remind you of the guy that forcibly had sex with you.
Well, I mean, it's understandable. The issue is that the percentage difference between the two is it's less than 1% of women that have abortions are either raped or incest.
But they still can't do
it. The
majority
of it's just by choice.
I don't care what the percentages are. I mean, they still, if you were raped or you were a victim of incest, you still can't do it. I don't care what the percentages are. I just don't.
And I understand your part in it. They do have the morning after pills. I mean, I would advise any woman that's had any forced sex on them, or you can go to a local drugstore. It's $35 for a kit. You can buy it and flush your whole system, and you don't have to go through the messy process of an abortion. You don't have to be part of the conversation.
I got that. I keep the morning after pill in a Pez dispenser from Toy Story. It's actually Woody. Woody actually pits out the morning after pill, and I give it to all the chicks that allow my nerd ass to hump on their corpse, or not corpse. God, that sounds really bad when I said corpse. Their body. I misspoke there. God, man, I guess that came out in a wrong way. But you can get what I'm saying. All right, so obviously, then you're a defender of the Second Amendment and stuff, then, right?
Oh yeah. I'm a big. I mean, if you look at all of our amendments, that's the only amendment that's absolute. You know, if you look at all the other amendments, there's always an if or a but in there. But if you go to the Second Amendment, that is our only amendment that's absolute. And I think that's why there's such a big push from the left to abolish it. Mainly, if you look at gun crime, if somebody's going to commit a crime, believe me, they're not doing it with a legal gun. The majority of the time, the gun is a hot gun, or they took it from somebody else that purchased it legally. So I don't buy into all of that. More people are saved with guns every year than people are killed with guns every year, at least statistically.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. You're concerned. See, Dr. Till's bored with us. He's like, let's just.
No, I'm just laughing because my producer, Toasty, Selma, just came into the chat.
See, Selma, like, now, is that your chick and stuff, Dr. Till?
No. She's
okay, I was about to say, I didn't want to disrespect you and stuff. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm getting a little squirreled here on things. But, all right, but Joe, though, so if it's absolute, then why do the conservatives all like, if you vote for Joe Biden or any liberal, they're going to take your guns. They're going to take your guns.
Well, I mean, if you don't watch a lot of politics, that's always on the menu. They're always looking to restrict.
It's impossible. If it's absolute, then it can't be done. It's used as a fear tactic then.
Well, agreed, unless they make an amendment to it. What I meant by saying it's the only absolute law there is our founding fathers putting together the Constitution. Every law is always an if or but that one they made absolute because of what they were facing at the time, which was potentially a hostile takeover by their government. They didn't want to be under the boot again of some type of dictatorship as they were previously. So Joe, that's why they wrote that one so strong.
Joe, can I ask you, what's your favorite political scandal of all time then? I think Clinton is like Teflon Don. Who was your favorite? I know, Dr. Joe, you might not be into the national stuff, but like, I was a big fan of Bill Clinton. That guy knew how to talk his way out of anything, right? Like he knew how to play word games.
I think probably my favorite one would be the one that hasn't even got its its resolution yet. The whole Epstein Island thing, like.
Oh, so are you into the political conspiracy stuff?
Well, I mean,
going on?
Is it
Are you on
conspiracy
Pizzagate?
when you have documentation of so many powerful political people on both sides of the aisle from just about every political walk of life?
Wasn't Trump a friend of Epstein's as well too? Wasn't
Yeah,
there
but I
and stuff?
don't think his name was ever on like the registry for like the private jet
Clinton
things.
flew on the jet. though,
Clinton's
for
was a
sure,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah, right. And it's not a political side thing when it comes to stuff like that.
It's
That
just
is
a bunch of horny ass dudes.
that is just it's just corruption in our politics. Money just is, as the Bible says, it's the root of all evil.
I mean, Trippycast says Chris Tucker from the Friday movies was on Epstein's plane.
I believe it. That guy's a freak.
How do you get by on no day off? Joe, once again, before we go, what are some of the topics you've been covering on your show? And tell my audience, like, when your show airs and how they can find all your content.
Some of the it's just any news story. I mean, obviously the Ukraine thing's big. When you're talking about conspiracies, there's a lot of weirdness going on around that. I've never seen a president.
What's a conspiracy with the Ukraine? What's a conspiracy?
I mean,
I've seen a lot of people like going after the Ukraine president, and that like he's a fraud, all that good stuff.
Well, my thing is, I mean, if you look at satellite imagery, you can see that obviously there are explosions and there is war going on. I just think if you're running a country and you're the president and you're in the middle of a war, he sure is doing a lot of PR stunts in the middle of all of that mess. It just seems
I love the photo shoots.
I love it. I mean, come on. I mean, Trump was like the first guy that was on all the social media and stuff. What do you think about Elon buying Twitter? I want to hear from both of my guests. See, I almost feel like I'm Sean Hannity right now. I got a panel of guests, and all right, we're going to do crossfire here. See, I could have pre-told Dr. Till, like, go opposite of anything Joe said.
I'm a natural contrarian.
Yeah, but I wanted to see, like, what are you thinking about Elon? If Elon buys Twitter, does he put Trump back on?
I don't know. I think he's more concerned with just people he feels that people are losing their right to the First Amendment. And I think that he's looking, instead of building his own platform from scratch, which takes an enormous amount of time, why not acquire one of the most popular platforms and just change some of the rules on there so people feel that it is more free speech and they're more apt to use it.
Yeah.
I hope that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I hope that's what he's doing.
We'll see. Mark Cuban's already come out, Dr. Till and Joe. Mark Cuban's come out and said, Elon's just trying to drive up the price and then he's going to dump.
Yeah, I think he's stock trolling. Like he
very well could be.
Yeah, he's just making a big hoopla. So, the prices go up and up. And then, of course, he'd know exactly when to sell because he's the one that's controlling the drama that's driving the stocks. So he just dumps all of his stocks, makes $1 trillion or whatever, and just walks away going, ha, these idiots. Like, that's what my gut's telling me is going to happen. But I hope he's actually doing what the other thing we wanted. Time will tell.
Well, Joe, before we go, tell my audience how they can check out your show.
You can download it anywhere you download podcasts, Little Joe's Conservative Corner. And then I'm on YouTube as well, Little Joe CC. You can check out any videos that I do. I post them on there.
All right, Joe, man. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Okay.
You got it. Thanks, Tuddle.
All right, man. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So it's just me and you, Dr. Till. I just wanted to talk to you anyways. I wanted to have fun. I hate talking politics and stuff, but I tried to.
It's interesting stuff, but a lot of it goes right over my head. So I just kind of just like, I'm gonna just listen.
How's your week been, Dr. Till?
It's been going pretty good. It's been a busy week, but been working hard, all that good stuff.
You don't have to say where you work, but what do you do? Like I cannot, like, if you ask me, hey, guess what Dr. Till does for a living? Like I I would not even worry, because I think it could be shocking, because like you seem like a laid back guy, but I also could see you be like doing a real like manly job, like a welder or a brick mason or something like that. What kind of like field are you in?
Well, the lore for the show is that I have a lobster restaurant called Dr. Till's Lobster Emporium, but that's not true at all. I run a pizza place. That's,
Whoa, you do?
yeah,
I
I'm a
mean,
manager at a pizza shop. That's
I mean,
it.
is it a chain or
Big.
is it a mom and pop?
It's a chain. Yeah, you'd know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa John's, the racist pizza company.
We'll go with that. I
No,
like him the best.
I'm sorry. So Dr. Till, like what is a regular day for you? Like, like you go into work and stuff, but I mean, what made you start doing this streaming stuff, the Legion of Dude and everything? And
Oh God.
yeah, I mean, I would like to know how you started that, and then I want to get into how you guys pick the streams that you guys decide to raid randomly, because I still need to find out like how you guys picked me. I know that
Well, that's it, exactly it. It's completely random. When we're on Legion's like just a Friday night show. I have another show that I do during the daytime called Ministry of Dude. That's more of we watch videos, make jokes of the videos. Like we watched your interview of the homeless guy a couple days ago.
Oh, what? Damn! I mean,
Yeah.
listen,
I dropped your link and everything. Hopefully you got a couple more subs out of it.
no, dude. Like I was telling, I had a big bump in downloads, like because I worked in radio where it's like even before podcast. I started in radio in 98, 99, and this is before on demand or podcast being able to download stuff. But I know that now, since I've started this, that just because a lot of people don't download it one day, they'll catch up another day, and
Yeah.
I had a big bump. Like there was one day I had almost 30,000 downloads.
Damn, that's pretty good, dude.
And I've had to learn that type of stuff. But if you guys ever talk about my stuff, can you guys send me that audio? Because I want to play it on my show to like, I love any of that content, because I'm not one of those people. I like to be made fun of. If it makes people laugh and they get some type of entertainment out of it, I don't mind that.
Well, like it's weird how the radio show, like you worked in radio, like the radio show is started to evolve now thanks to the internet. Like it started off as it's just straight audio podcasts, which were more traditional radio shows. But now we have this video element, and it's almost blurred the line between a talk show and a radio show. And there's so many, like there's one of the guys that we're friends with. His name is Adonis Paul. He's a cartoon. He's literally a cartoon. He does a late night show, 3 nights a week, where he has a fully cartoon show where he watches videos from the internet, and like you can donate in and get like these crazy like cartoon kills and stuff. And
I'm sure he does well too, doesn't he?
He does really well, and it's insane the flexibility that the platforms like this give us. It's a shame that they, try to take away our ability to talk about stuff, though. It's really limiting.
I agree, because like I get shocked when I do YouTube. Like I will get partially demonetized or I'll get fully demonetized for a video.
Yeah. I usually do for copyright stuff. That's
well, see, I played a John Tesh. I was playing, a lot of people don't know that he wrote the NBA on NBC basketball theme. And I played that. I got fully demonetized on that.
Oh, no.
And and it really didn't bother me that much. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that before you came on, I was talking about social media and being shadow banned and stuff. Have you ever had to deal with that type? Arizona Iced Tea, they had a meme going around like, we're never raising our prices and stuff, even though that. But have you ever had to deal with the shadow ban stuff?
Not yet. Most of the time, the way I guess you could say market is, I'm from a much bigger community of streamers. Like the main show that we watch is called Revenge of the Sis. So every weekday, it's actually a political show for a big part of it. And they get like 40,000 people watching every show. And they get like 1,500 to 2,500 people in the live chat every day.
Wow. Man,
So I'm a small fraction of it. But basically, like all this stuff came from I started watching this show a few years ago during when COVID kind of started. After a while, you kind of decide to jump in the live chat and start joking around with people. And after a few years, I've made some friends. And there's something in our community called lolcows. I don't know if you've ever heard of that term. To me, it's like a very standard term now.
mm,
But a lolcow is basically anybody on the internet that is actively making a fool of themselves and willfully sharing it. Right?
oh, so like kind of like jackass stuff, or
Kind of
just
like a lot of the people we follow are people that are called targeted individuals, and
Mhm.
they're literally just people that are either slightly mental ill and are working
Oh,
themselves up into frenzies, and they're
that's
just
me last
screaming at
night.
their phone.
That's me
Like, but they're
last
like
night.
recording it and like say like there was a whole group of handicapped young adults that do VHS reviews. And when I say they do VHS reviews, I don't mean they review the movie. I mean they do a review of the sleeve and of the packaging of the movie.
I mean, I like that type of stuff, but
Yeah,
just
it's very
the random
fascinating.
stuff.
You get like very interesting perspectives on how the human mind works, how people work. And sometimes it can go a little dark. And we run into people like this guy we call JRC3. His name is James Robert Clark III.
Mm.
And this guy
Sounds like a
had
serial
been
killer when you got like 3 names plus like a thing.
this guy had been e-stalking this Argentinian girl
Wait,
for
what is that? What is that?
basically anywhere online she would
Mhm.
go, he would appear. I'm
Oh,
talking book review sites. I'm talking like LinkedIn, like all the like just getting really weird with it, right?
how does somebody because the internet is so big,
Mhm.
there's so much content out there. It's some of the
Well,
content it's
he
diluted.
found her through Facebook originally,
Okay.
so he knew her real name, and, like, I think he probably found her email or something through that, and was just following these little bits of information, basically probably Googling her every day,
Mhm.
and he talked to her twice, and he stalked her for 7.5 years, so much to where, like, it was bleeding into her real life, and
Oh,
we stumble on this guy, you know, 6, 7 years into this whole e-stalking thing, and then, it goes on a couple of the shows, people start making fun of him,
he
starts
didn't
getting
kill her,
back
did
to
he?
him.
He didn't kill
No,
her.
he didn't.
No, okay.
No, instead, what happened was I made a video making fun of him,
Uh-oh.
saying that I wanted to be Eliana's next top e-stalker, and I ended up getting on one of the shows that I watched.
And you probably got a lot of promotion out of that. Like people
Well,
like
that's what happened. People start going like, "Why don't you do a show?" I'm just like, I guess I could. I technically have a background in film and stuff, so more or less know what to do. And eventually, I kind of gave in, and it's only been like 4 or 5 months I've been doing this, and like I just broke 300 subscribers on YouTube, which is not a great number as far as like, the big picture,
took
but
me a
it
while.
feels like a fucking accomplishment to me.
Oh, it
And
is.
I'm getting 50 people or 40, 50 people in my live chat every time I go live. And that's the number to me that really is
It's more
important.
than me because that shows that the people that you do have are
Exactly.
loyal and they like what you're doing and they're going to check it out every single night.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing to me is like if I keep the people coming back, keeping them entertained, like some weeks you're not gonna get the pop that you might get on other weeks. Cause like we came
It
across
is
these
Good
guys.
Friday. It is Good Friday right now.
Yeah.
So, like for the religious people out there. But
They
I figured it'd be a slow night anyways.
maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens on Legion. What's funny is Legion, I get less people in the live chat, but then I'll get like 200 more views. And it's like the
Yeah.
long, like everybody getting drunk and like arguing and shit show. Like
Mm.
it's the night at the bar with your friends, so to speak,
Have you ever had to like tell somebody that gets in your chat a little bit? I know like you guys don't like, have you ever had to like tap somebody on the shoulder and like, hey, you might want to chill out a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Or do you? Yeah, you have. Okay.
And honestly, it's technically one of my friends. I mean, I don't really know her that well, but
Oh, it's a woman?
this one's like it's always an Australian woman too. I don't know why.
Those
There's
yeah.
something going on in that water down there.
Well, I mean, everything in Australia would kill you. So, like,
Yeah.
you can only imagine, what that does to the, women growing up. Of course, they're going to be a little bit more tougher in Australia.
Yeah, but she's a bit of a wild child already, but she got real drunk one night. Well, for me, it's like noon. And comes into the chat and basically just like I've already have like a full panel. Like during the day, I try to keep it somewhat small so that we can get through the material and like get on with the show, and it doesn't take 5 hours to do like a 2-hour show, And she's like demanding in the chat that I send her a link. I'm like, Rogue, this is not the show. This is not the show. Like, come to Legion this tonight. That's the show. That's the show to come be wild on. Like, this is a try to be organized show.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kept coming back and, kept calling me names and stuff in the chat. Eventually, like, one of the things that happens in my chats, I give everybody a wrench, mainly just because I like all their names in blue.
To be a moderator, right? Like,
yeah. Basically, like, if you have a wrench, you can't get bonked by anybody except for me.
Mm.
So if everybody's got a wrench, there's not going to be that bonking bullying that can go on sometimes in some chats, which, who cares? Some people like doing that. There's like a couple of shows I watch where that's how they end the show is all the people without wrenches suddenly are just getting bonked,
I got to ask you this. I've been on when you guys had done the live stream. By the way, what type of cigarettes you smoking? What are you paying for cigs over in Colorado right now?
These are Turkish Royals. Most places they're like $10, but the one place I go to is like $8 still. So that's why I keep going to them.
When I was on your stream, you being the host, like, does it ever because the one thing that I notice is that everybody likes to talk at once. Like, do you ever have to hey guys, we got to do a better job about not talking to each other?
Yeah, sometimes. But most of the time it just boils down to the guys that I invite on the show aren't quote unquote streamers most of the time. They're the dickheads from the chat that make the funniest jokes, essentially.
I like that Tennessee Marine.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I'm talking about. Like when he gets drunk, he gets real bad about cross talking. Him and Eric. I see you out there, Eric. They get real bad about the cross talking, but that's honestly what that show is for. It, like I said, it's the night at the bar with your buds. And so it might get a little heated, a little rowdy sometimes, but that's what I'm there for. Luckily I can just mute everybody when they're talking too much.
Now Selma, definitely Selma, you said she helps you produce the show and everything, right? Like, it takes a very unique woman to hang out with a bunch of guys because sometimes guys can be a little bit rougher. How do you choose, all right, this is the type of chick that can hang out with the dudes?
Well, that's just who she was before she became my producer. She was just the chick hanging out, and she would send me videos, and eventually she's like, do you want me to be your producer? I'm like, yeah, I didn't think anybody would ever offer.
I got a Marine to be my producer, and he's pretty on point when it comes to that. But, what I mean by having a woman on, you don't want it to turn into a Me Too thing. I know that you're not paying anybody, but.
Well, luckily we're online. No one's in the same room. So you're already not going to have a number of the problems that you would if everybody were in the same room getting drunk and shit.
You have to worry if everybody was all in the same room.
I mean, comments, they can get pretty out there sometimes, but as long as everyone's just trying to have a good time and not actually trying to hurt anyone's feelings, that's.
Do you
sometimes
have any,
you are trying to though?
do you have any out of bounds when it comes to comment, or is everything on the table?
I mean, pretty much everything's on the table. It's like, especially when trying to run a comedy show of some sort, like when you start putting up boundaries, you're really just limiting what.
What about racial slurs in the chat room? I mean,
honestly, we've got plenty of multicultural friends that are honestly usually the tip of the spear when it comes to the racial slurs.
Why'd you have to say spear? I know what you're saying. Man, Jesus Christ. I see, you're going to give me this video is going to be demonetized because you're making spear jokes. And so come on, Dr. Till, man. Jesus. What do you guys have got planned? When are you guys starting the show?
Pretty much right after I'm done here.
Okay, I
go live.
I don't want to keep you. I got a pre-recorded interview that I did earlier today. If people want to check out the Legion of Dude tonight, how can they check that out?
You can just go on YouTube and type in Dr. Till Ministry of Dude, and you'll see my dumb head wearing this dumb hat.
I like it.
It'll be pretty obvious when you see it. But yeah, they can check us out. We usually go on 8 p.m. on Fridays Eastern, and then ministry is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's the more mainstream show.
You don't have to do anything, but can Selma send me a link to you guys reviewing my homeless video? Do you realize that I had people that were pissed off about that video saying,
"Oh, really?
Oh yeah, why do you gotta act like you're the crocodile hunter going out looking for homeless people and stuff?" And I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't even show this guy his face. I gave him $10. I gave him toilet paper, Chick-fil-A, baby wipes. I even went back later and gave him some raisin cake that a family member had made. And people were like, "Oh, you're using the homeless for content." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Let me tell you about a channel, Tuddle. Look up Tales from the Streets. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check this out.
Watch one of their videos. It'll make you feel really, really tame about what you did, because they literally go up to crackheads and the craziest. Not make them do stuff. Just start asking them questions about the place, which is essentially what you're doing. You're doing man on the street stuff with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they go some very dark place. Like there's one where the lady just starts talking about how there's a serial killer loose in Phoenix. I was like, what the fuck? And she's just talking about it all casually and talking about how her and her man had to steal a gun and hide it from the cops and like all this. It's like you find out like a lot of the homeless people and stuff, they're homeless for a reason, and if you let them talk, they definitely will.
Oh yeah, have you ever seen that YouTube channel? I'm subscribed to them. It's like the soft underbelly of America or whatever. And this guy, he's like a documentarist, and he goes out and like he interviewed this like inbred like family in the Appalachians, and like
we've watched that recently. Actually,
the guy couldn't even talk. He just barked. He was like arr, 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 the whole time. Like, yeah. That one, was that your dog barking? Because okay, well, damn, I didn't plan that one. Yeah. All right, Dr. Till. Once again, so it is just search Dr. Till on YouTube.
Yeah, Dr. Till and Ministry, dude. You'll find me pretty easily. It's
all right.
Pretty, standout icon.
I really appreciate you coming on and stuff, man. Hopefully, like you're like, oh man, when is he gonna like get?
No, dude, this is fun. You know, you're always welcome to come hang out at Legion, dude.
Well, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna join later. Is it the same link as usual?
Yeah, the way we do it through Discord. So yeah, you just go in the gold room. Yeah, he's a part of a gold club. He's in the gold club lounge over here. Just a stupid server. Yeah, we'll be in the Legion studio. So yeah, you can just hang out with us there, bud.
All right, man. I'll see you in a few. Okay.
All right, it's great talking to you. You have a great day.
All right, man. You too. Bye. All right. So I got this interview that I did with Serak. I was going to play it last night and it really messed up. So here it is. My interview with Serak. Check out his podcast, The Weekly Review. Hold on. I know where it is right here. Hold on. 38. Let me go back. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to play it right there. Podcast. It's been a while since I've talked to my next guest. You know him from the Bubba the Love Sponge show, as well as his weekly podcast, The Weekly Review. Man, your teeth are white as hell. Man.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, I think it might be the lighting.
I'm just using like the light from the ceiling fan.
You got like natural light coming in through the windows and stuff, because you can see the window behind me. It's a little like bright behind me.
That's weird because I just shut the window.
I don't know. Maybe it's contrast. Because I'm pale as hell. Oh, who was that?
How about that?
I don't know who that was. Anyways, Serak, man, how have you been?
Dude, I have been fantastic. I've been super busy though. Like
you're
with
like
so much stuff.
Real estate mogul now, right?
No, I mean yes, but no. I'm like, how do I say this? So stepped into real estate. I've been working with my buddy and his little teams, 3 of us. And yeah, man, I just, maybe some side income. Obviously, if you live in Florida or in America, you know that the market is booming for at least people who, already own property and are looking to sell. So yeah, I mean, it's a side gig. And then,
are you afraid it's gonna burst like it did in 2008?
Or
you really don't care? Like, get the money and run, get out.
Yeah, it's always there's
guy trying.
Yeah, there's benefits on both sides. If it bursts, then great. Now people who couldn't afford a home now will be able to, and vice versa. So it's never a bad time.
Like I know that I was just busting your balls because like on Saturday I got a text from you, buddy. I promise you, I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. And what was it? Yesterday, I finally got a hold of you.
Listen, I run on CPT, man. Come on, that's a given.
No, come on, don't give me that. That does not exist. I don't look at that because
it exists.
No, it does not, because trust me, I've worked with a lot of white trash on some job sites when I was an iron worker, and they were on white people time too. It just
they were early.
Yeah, no, they were late because they were probably dealing with baby mama drama, or they beat their old lady and they had to talk to the cops or something. Or
yeah, but at least then it's an excuse. Like CBT is just like, it's just a feeling, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I was doing something different. It was just like,
But does CPT like exist like when it just out of respect to call somebody back? And you'll see where I'm going with this, because I know that you're busy. I know that you're busy. But the thing is like, I know what type of person you are, like, because you're very reliable, and something had to have happened. Like, I know that you're busy. Are you still bartending right now?
Yeah. So exactly. So think about this. So I'm like, so this is my typical week or weekend, or whatever you want to call it. So obviously, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm working. Friday night, I'm bartending. Saturday morning, I'm like doing open houses. Saturday night, I'm working. Sunday morning, I'm doing open houses. Sunday night, actually, this past Sunday, I had to work, but I usually don't. And then Monday is more of like just a, relax, catch up. Tuesday, I'm doing stuff. I got to work from 3 to close. It's just like, I'm young. I'm young enough. I don't have any kids.
You're only 10 years younger than me. So what?
Oh, you're 42 now?
Yeah. I'm 42.
Yeah,
like, I'll be
42.
That's the thing about it, is a lot of people are like, oh, you can't grow facial hair. And I did a lot of moisture. Do you moisturize a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Time.
If you don't, will you get ashy?
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you wear lotion?
Yeah, I do.
Like every day?
I mean, as soon as I get out of the shower, when I'm still wet. You remember in Jerry Maguire, where Cuba Gooding Jr. was like, I like to air dry. You remember he was just standing there naked in the bathroom.
That's a terrible way to dry.
I understand that, but I like to come out, I'll like dab. I'll dab with the towel, okay? And then I got this like medicated, prescribed. It's like in a big
okay. Well, when I say lotion, I mean like
no,
that lotion, not like dermatologist. You have to have.
I use the high test grade stuff, and I am trust me. If you like were in a fight with me and I was completely nude, like if me and you nude fought each other, you would not be able to hold on to me. Like it's
so you're like Vaseline up. You're like pro boxer Vaseline up.
But you know what though? Because a lot of guys don't moisturize, and I know that it sounds very metrosexual for me to say it. Like I use skincare products and I have a whole system, but I got that when I was married, and I think it's paid off. But especially
it looks good
in Florida.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, obviously the camera could even look at my face. It's barely any light in here. I look super bright, but let me ask you this: do you when you shower? Do you use like a washcloth?
No, I use a loofah.
Okay, so you use something.
Yeah,
you don't just barehand it.
But I use Dove body soap. I've noticed like you got to go with the women products, like the soap, and I use women's deodorant because like I think
Secret.
Yeah, I do use Secret. I use Secret,
wow.
and that's the other thing. Women. They wear stuff that they like to smell like. They're not wearing it for dudes, right? Like they're not. So why not wear something that's for the ladies, like something that they would like?
I don't want to smell like a lady though. You know what I mean?
But they like it though.
I'm still
what other dude thinks.
I'm still on the Old Spice like combo pack. You know, I'm still in that lazy phase. Yeah, where the body wash comes with deodorant. Like it's a 2-for-1. I mean, that's a hell of a deal.
Do you use the body wash on your hair? How often do you wash the hair?
Maybe once
a month. Don't say
probably.
Really?
Maybe once every 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's bad to wash your hair every single day. Like you got to let some of that natural oil get into the hair.
Exactly.
Like I really, because I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff that we've done as just human beings that have made ourselves really, really weak. I really do. No, I'm being dead ass honest. Like, you know, like washing your hands all the time. And I do that.
I mean, you should. Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Do you think people, I mean, got sick off of just like viruses and I really do think it made ourselves weaker though.
I mean, yeah, but smarter in a sense. Like we don't need to be like, what do we need to be like strong for? You know what I mean? Like we're not like.
Why do you work out then? Why do you work out then?
Just for health reasons. You know,
the same exact thing kind of goes.
Yeah, but we don't. But it's not like I'm like building a pyramid or some shit like that with my bare hands. You know, I'm like we're not. It's not me and another guy lifting blocks constantly. I mean, workout is just to do it, keep off the fat. How about that?
So then you do it for aesthetics. Then you do it to look good
and strength. You know, I want to be strong. I mean, I think every guy wants to be strong. No guy wants to be like, you know, I'm okay being weak.
I want to be. I want to be strong, but I don't want to be bulky. Like I went through a phase where I was eating a lot of calories and I was just like lifting and trying, and I just look puffy, man. And now like I've gotten into the running and walking because when you get 42, the knees start getting a little bad.
No, my knee, I haven't talked to you in a while, but my right knee, whatever, it doesn't really matter.
But you ran track, so you got a lot of wear and tear too.
Yeah, right? So I play in a flag football league, and I took a couple months actually. It just ended
you
like
cut that out eventually, right? Like those intramural sports, you're gonna eventually.
My knee started like, you know, after the game, I'd sit down on the couch for you know a while, whatever. I get up and my knee would just be throbbing. No. So I did some research, and you know, I didn't tear like ACL or MCL or anything like that. But I had like, you know, like the runner's knee, the jumper's knee. And I was in so much pain. I could barely walk down the steps, up the steps, whatever.
I went through that. Do you realize though that, you know, people that, you know, go through times where they're not working out, like the muscles that you don't think about that help you run correctly and stuff like that, they get weak and your stride and your knees don't lock. Like, you know, they don't go into place. Like,
well, it's not only that they get weak. It's just that you also have to balance them out. You know, you can't favor one side and not, you know, balance with the other side.
Apple Watch shows me my, I mean, you got a newer one.
This is a Series 4.
Oh, then you're on the same level as me. Then it just looks bigger. You probably have the wide view lens.
No, I have it's a case on you can't see, but I have a rubber shockproof case, which I got after I scratched up the screen. So
yeah, I had to learn that lesson too. Speaking of like angles and stuff, I got to tell you, you know, with the newer iPhones, you can like do the wider lens thing.
What do you mean?
Well, like, you know, like how it says you can do. Hold on, let me go to the camera real quick and just. All right, so you know how it has 2 and then it's got 1 and then 0.5. If you go to 0.5, that is the wide angle lens. Okay,
I see what you mean.
It steps up your penis pics to the next level.
It steps it up.
Oh,
or
dude.
It exposes you.
No, dude, makes. If you look at a lot of these like pornography videos and stuff, I mean, it's all about the angles. So, like, I'm not saying that they don't have big penises and stuff, but what I'm trying to say though, it's all about the fisheye lens or wide angle.
But what's the point? What's the point? Like, you're just tricking people.
Yeah,
you know,
isn't that what everybody does though? Don't we all put on a facade for people?
At the end of the day, you know, say if you do get a catch or something like that, or someone's interested,
what you gonna
do?
This is a false advertisement. What is she gonna be like? Just get up and be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna say? I'm dehydrated. Oh, sorry, you caught me on a bender. I'm dehydrated. Everything just shrunk up on me.
A lot of white guys, a lot of guys say this, like they don't lay nice, and that's a white, talking about CPT and white people, that's a white person's problem. Like, not laying nice.
What do you mean laying nice? What does that even mean?
Laying nice, like where you're not, excited. Like you're just caught off guard. Like, say you're a lady. Yeah, you got a great girl and everything. So say she like catches you off guard and she's just like, I'm gonna go in and I'm just going.
Oh, like fresh out the shower and not expecting anybody to be home type of guard.
And like sometimes it does not look as big as other times, right?
Yeah, but like, you gotta like, or
you don't have that problem.
You gotta be. No, I mean, like every guy has that problem. It's not like you just freaking just hanging like a horse, like just nonstop. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I think after a while, you just gotta just get over it. I mean, you're older than me, so you would know more than me. But usually, I just whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, but when you get to, see, that's the thing about being in a relationship. Like when you've been with somebody so long, it's like you don't care. Like, I mean, you care, but like you don't care about, oh man, I don't look good right now when it comes to my size, because she knows what it, the full potential.
Exactly. Now, if it's like a new relationship,
and
like maybe you hooked up, you stayed the night or something like that, and I don't know how long people have been seeing each other, then I get that. You probably have a towel on deck really quick, but you want to hear something funny. First thing, actually, this is a new one for me. I got caught.
Caught what?
Not cheating.
Obviously. Oh, I was about to say, I was like, oh.
I got caught yanking it for the first time ever.
Was she now? Some women think like, oh, what? Like, is he not into me? Like, some women get upset, like if dudes watch porn or take care of business themselves.
No, this actually happened twice in the past like 3 months, which is weird because this never happened in my entire life. So hear me out. So first time was
you do it in front of her dog? Like,
no.
Do you lock the dog?
No, I can't. It's just so
dogs.
You just feel like weird. The side of your head, like like if he could talk, he would be saying the craziest shit. But no. So the first time it was Gasparilla. It was the Friday, whatever, Saturday night before Gasparilla, and I had to work, and I had worked Friday night. And I couldn't sleep, maybe took some caffeine too late, whatever you want to call it.
Does that help you sleep when you do?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. I mean, I would assume most guys, being up would help.
My heart rate, I get like,
but like once you're done, it's just like, straight to sleep. Well, for me at least. But it was like 7 a.m. in the morning, so I'm thinking I'm good. Wow. She was in the room sleeping, and I had told her like,
you do it in the bathroom, or was it like?
No, I was in the other room, just like this. God. Door shut, well, semi shut.
Not locked.
Not locked, of course. I mean, I'd probably be more suspicious if it was locked.
You'd be like, man, I got an upset stomach. Do you got a bathroom in that area? No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of close, but
you do have some stinky poops, man.
Hey, man, so, stinky's healthy. But I told her this is where I messed up, because I told her the night before that I had to be up early because I had to be at work like at 9 a.m. or something crazy like that. And it was 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I wasn't loud, but she usually like sleeps like a brick, like a bear, knocked out. And next thing you know, like when you can't sleep, like you just go through categories and it's
bored.
Like yeah, he's like, oh my god,
that's a time passer sometimes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like this is like an hour later, like I can't buy what I like. And eventually I find something I like. And it's always when you find something you like, when someone just pops up on you. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there and the freaking door just, just opens. And I kid you not, that is the most like vulnerable position, like as a man, I feel like you could be in. And we just like, oh shit, you turn. And I immediately was like, I don't know why I apologize. I immediately just apologized. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. But like, all right. So what like, did she mind? Like, was there any discussion about it, or like?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you can't just not talk about that after it happened.
Or did she come over and like?
And
help
she said,
you out?
No. I mean, I was already like just so discombobulated. I didn't know what to do, but I was like, oh, I didn't even know what to say. She was like, no, it's okay. I mean, I know guys do it. But
do you think she does? Do you think she does it?
I don't even want to know if she does it.
Would it bother you though? Like if you walked in on her doing it, like would you?
No, I don't think she does because like there's no like toys or anything like that. You know, maybe there are, and I just can't. I don't look for them or I can't find them.
Right here. That's
Nah. I mean, like we're you know, I feel like that's more of a high school thing. Well, not a high school thing, but you know,
I don't know. I think you're wrong on that one, buddy.
But that was maybe I am.
Better planners. Women are better planners. Like guys, they don't like plan things out sometimes. And women will make sure you're not around. Make sure like there's no possible chance that.
Yeah, but in our relationship, I'm always like the guy that kind of like pops up and tries to scare her and stuff like that. So she's probably like always on her toes, thinking I'm gonna pop up. But then it happened again.
Careful.
Happened again like 3 weeks ago. Same type of scenario.
What's wrong with you, man? Like,
bro, I'm getting up at work at like 4:00 in the morning, can't sleep for whatever reason, and it's like 6 a.m. or 6 or 7. Like
you're a mourner. You're a morning dude when it comes to that.
Yeah. Thing. Oh hell yeah. And I'm like, and this time I was real ballsy with this one though, because I'm I'm literally on the couch, got my little computer. I'm like, you know, I got water in one hand, computer in this hand. And
water, are you like doing it so much like that?
No, I mean like I'm just comfortable. What I'm trying to say is I was way too comfortable, you know what I mean, with the door being so close. And then next thing you know, the door opens up and I don't even think she saw me, but you just,
or did she act like you this is the second time, I'm just gonna act like I didn't see anything. I don't want to embarrass him.
No, she was half asleep, but like I don't even think she saw me, but I just reacted like she saw me, you know what I mean? And of course, you know, you still got to finish afterwards. I'm like, you know, I'm not wasting this. So she goes back to sleep. So yeah, man, that's the first time in my entire life I got caught twice in 32 years within a 3-month span.
Back to what I was talking about earlier, you know, I completely understood why, but do you have a threshold? Like, you know, like you got friends that are like, here, I'll give you an example. Colton is one of my best friends. Okay.
Right.
I mean, Colton would have to do something extremely disrespectful for me to be like pissed off to the point where I wouldn't be talking with him and stuff. And I know this sounds like a real like chick girly thing, but like at what point do you like one of your friends, somebody that you're close with? Because I've been kind of having this problem a little bit, and you know, just the total, like we've had plans and stuff and like they'll cancel day of, or like something will come up. And then it's just like the total, like, hey, I'll call you tomorrow. Like kind of what you did to me, but I knew that you would eventually get back.
Yeah, of course.
But I haven't heard anything. Like at what point, like,
what is he doing?
I don't know. Like nothing.
Well, Colton is what, like 20? How old is he?
Oh man, you know, he clowned me so hard the other day. He was hanging out, well, like he had some of his friends, and all of his friends are cool. Like he got his friend Richie. But like Colton loves to like do these things that like kind of screw with you a little bit, which is good. Like if you're real good friends with somebody like a rib like that, you know, you kind of like, here, I'll give you an example. When we were like leaving the Miami Dolphins game, when your friend, I mean, you guys got really heated.
He got mad. I didn't get that mad. He got mad.
Well, yeah, because you were winning when it came to that whole argument.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I should have stopped when I was ahead.
And then we were stopped on that. Is that the Hillsborough River that we were stopped
Yeah, so that's the bridge kind of like to downtown, and the traffic was ridiculous.
And he got out of the car like and was like telling you, come on. I don't know how. Like, I didn't know him very well, and I was like, is something.
Dude, if I was angry, I would have just got out of the car and just threw him over the bridge.
But man, that got real heated. But like, what do you do, like, without sounding like a bitch or something, you know? But at some point, like, you know, I wouldn't say this person I'm talking about, we're like really close friends, but you know, we're quite, like, at what point do you like just say, you know, you cut bait and you're just like, fuck him?
I don't think it's ever like a certain like point. I think it's just like a slow, gradual, like just dissing.
Have you ever had to do that though? Have you ever had to like
cut off friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like it sounds way worse than it is. You lose touch. You just don't talk as much. Maybe they move. Maybe they, get a girlfriend or a wife or have kids, whatever it may be, life events, Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because my best friend in high school and kind of like throughout college a little bit, we talk sometimes, but we kind of had like a same scenario falling out type deal. So basically he lives in Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood area.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him to death, man. But like he kind of got into like, how do I say this? Like you can see his projected like future. I don't know if he's getting in trouble, but I went to visit him when I first moved to Tampa and everything was great. Then I visited him like 2 years later.
You're like, and like, man, what the fuck happened?
Well, because he has 2 kids and like I can tell he was probably like abusing drugs or something like that. You can just see it on his face. You know how like things look way different.
Oh yeah.
And then like he had some issues with his wife, or excuse me, with his girlfriend at the time. So a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, he had hit me up on Instagram, and like we still chat on there sometimes. He'll like some, just real brief conversations. And he was like, "Hey, man, I hate to bother you, but I was wondering if borrow some money type of deal, right?
No.
I'll pay you back Friday." And it was like a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Don't do that.
I mean, it's the first time he's ever asked me something like that, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. And he did. He paid me back with a little bit of interest too. It wasn't a lot of money. It's like $200, something like that.
Oh, are you a loan shark now?
Well, that's how it's. No, I'm not. But like, I mean, if I have it, I'll help. So then I'm like, okay, maybe this is just a one-time thing. And then like 2 weeks ago, same type of deal.
So
like,
he was treating you like a payday loan place.
Well, not only that, I'm like, what the fuck is like? I'm not like stalking his profile and seeing like, if he's working on it. I mean, that's his own business, but it's like, to ask a friend means that, either you're not working, that's like kind of like your last, like, person you ask, especially someone that's like close to you. You know what I mean?
I agree. But when you loan somebody money, like do you automatically like, once you give it to that person, it's theirs, right? Like, now let me ask you, like, if you would have given him money and you would have saw him out there, like living the baller lifestyle or, going and doing something. Care. No, you can't. Like once you and I also feel the same way. Once you give somebody money, you should never expect to get it back.
Yeah. You give what you can lose or you don't need. And that's how it was.
That's why I don't ask friends. I don't think I've ever asked a friend for money.
Yeah.
Maybe like
I think I did
short a little bit, like if we're at a fast food place or something, but I'm not like, hey man, I'm short.
Please borrow $1. Spare some change. But anyway, so a couple like 2 weeks ago, he had reached out to me again. And usually when someone's about to ask for money, they always kind of like it's like a buildup, right? They may like, hey, how's it going? Or like, maybe a couple day buildup where they see how you're doing. Yeah, small talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, hey man, like I hate to bother you again. And once you see hate to bother you again, you already know what the next.
No, you don't, because if you hated it, you wouldn't be asking.
Exactly. So obviously, same type of deal, not as much, but the time he asked me, I was super busy, man. I was like stressing about, the real estate I was doing. I was working with some clients, work, podcast, whatever. And I was driving too. When I'm driving, I get fucking pissed if people are asking me stuff that it's silly. Anyway, so he hit me up and he's like, hey man, I was wondering, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't like jump down his throat, but I was just like, what's going on, man? Like, did you lose your job or something like that? Just trying to figure out like, what's the issue that, you constantly need, money ahead of time. And then this fool goes and says, yeah, I just been, the kids have been stressing me out. I wanted to use the money to guess what? Guess what you want to use the money for?
Hookers or drugs or
to buy some weed. To buy some weed.
Oh no, man.
I was like, you want me to give you my hard-earned money?
Weed money.
To buy, I smoke every now and then, so it's not a big deal to me, but to buy weed, I'm thinking like this guy has to buy groceries or like maybe
that's a luxury item. Like, okay, all right. So weed, like you're not fiending for weed. Like you're not.
You don't need
it. I'm not like you don't need it. You don't physically need it where you're like, oh yeah,
grow that shit.
Yeah. So, but all right. So like, did that ruin the relationship?
No. Well, maybe I don't know, but this is really recently. So, I really haven't talked to him since. But like, he was like, this is the thing. He was like Instagram calling me like nonstop, as I was like, I'm working. I'm honestly thinking like this is something like serious, right? Like fuck, man, is he in jail or
one of his kids die or something?
Yeah, or something like that. Or his mom and like a couple relatives live in the same city. So I'm like, what is it about me that they can't do?
Because you're a sucker. You
Might
give
be a
somebody
sucker.
one. Hey, just to let you know, I just noticed this. Please don't look at porn or anything on your computer while you're streaming, because I can see the reflection in the back picture
Where?
you have there.
Here?
Yeah.
I don't have any porn on.
No, I'm just saying, if you were like, don't be looking on any.
Oh no, not on this computer. Nah,
Okay,
I use a MacBook. It's way faster. Oh my god, 4K screaming quality. Are you kidding me?
I was just looking out for a friend there.
Speaking of that, have you ever did virtual porn?
No.
Oh man,
are you on you in the metaverse yet? Have you got?
I don't know, man. This shit dies like within like 30 minutes. But it's weird. It's kind of weird though. I looked at it like once, but it's almost like it's too much. Like it's like right in your face, and they haven't like figured out like to have like actually good quality, like 1080p or even 4K. So it's like kind of like SD, and then it's like it's too close. I'm like, I don't want to see all the insides, all that shit.
Last story I wanted to talk to you about before we go. Online with me right now is Serak. You can check out his podcast, the Weekend Review.
The Weekend Review. Wow. So it hasn't been that long.
I got it right at the beginning of the show. Sorry. I apologize. I just threw that in there because it took you 5 days to call me back.
No, I didn't. 5 days. You know what's funny, Tuddle? I've spoken to you more recently than I spoke to my parents. So how about that?
Okay, well,
and they sent me the same messages. No,
don't try to make me feel bad. Don't try to make me feel bad. Don't even try to do that. Man.
All right.
At least you got parents. I only got one alive right now. So.
Don't even see. Now you're trying to flip it.
I can't talk to my dad because
yes, you can.
No, I can't. What am I going to go to some gypsy and do a seance or something?
People do that shit.
I don't believe in that stuff anyway. So, what do you think about Elon Musk? Did you see the story?
No, what happened?
So he already bought like 9 or 10% of Twitter shares, like 9 or 10% of the company, because he was tired of all the censorship and stuff. And he thought, because it's his favorite social. Isn't it nice to be able to just have like random money that you can just buy your favorite social media app?
Yeah.
And he basically said he's offering $43 billion for the company. And he basically said, this is my final offer. Take it or leave it. If you were the owner of Twitter, I'm cashing out.
Well, how much is Twitter worth right now?
Well, the stock has gone up. So he quoted them the price before he bought that 9%. Because when he bought that 9%, the stock on Twitter went up a little bit. So he did it based on the beginning of April.
Well,
do you think they sell, or do you think this
it depends. It depends on who owns them right now? Jack Dorsey, right?
Yeah, Jack Dorsey owns.
Well, it depends on his values, because if you sell Elon Musk Twitter, you are giving the world's richest man so much more power than he already has. He already has. I mean, popularity wise, Tesla. He's already sending people, into space with SpaceX, and now you're giving him travel or transportation. You're giving him. I mean, he already has outer space, and now you're going to give him communication pretty much that the whole entire world uses. Like, I mean, he might as well buy America at this point in time if he can. He's like, can't be the president. I might as well just buy the country.
A lot of people are like, how is he like neck and neck with Jeff Bezos? Because
he has more than him, right?
It goes back and forth a little bit, but everybody's like, how is Elon? People don't realize how much do you think Elon's charging just to send people's stuff up into space? Like, what do you think he's getting paid because listen, I live like less than 30 miles or hell, even 20 miles away. Well, I
don't know if you can see it.
No, I can't.
Oh, it's 265 right now. 265
billion. Yeah. But how much because I see it like it's like every week. Some weeks he's shooting up 2 rockets a week. How much do you think he's like charging just to send people stuff?
I think probably like 10 million.
He also Starlink. He's also going to basically own like the internet, wireless communications.
I mean, this is the United States of Elon Musk, or the world of Elon Musk.
He's not. Well, I mean, he's American citizen. Do you know, like when
Is he? I thought he was. Like,
no, he's an American citizen now, but he wasn't born here. He was born in South Africa. But you know, when he started SpaceX, the government was like, all right, if you're going to use our launch pads over at Kennedy Space Center, he's not allowed to hire anybody that's not an American citizen to work for SpaceX.
Really? I'm sure he has enough money to change that legislation.
The government will knock you down just when you think you're too big. The government will always get you.
Well, let me ask you this: how much money does America as a country have?
27 trillion.
Okay, so we're good then, as long as like we keep it like at that ratio.
Let's put it this way: you know, like everybody's like, oh, they're printing all that. Look, it sucks. You know, a lot of bit. You know, like every little bit counts. But like we're just printing money, we're giving it away like left and right.
That's true, and you also have to think like $265 billion. I mean, he's a quarter. He's a quarter trillionaire. That's insane.
But then you got to go 26 times over just to get like on the level of the government.
Yeah, but look where he's been what 5 years from, you know, a couple billion to 265 billion. And the thing is, it's like it's compounding. You know what I mean? It just jumps. You know the difference between millions, billions, and trillions. Like if they tell you, hey, I need you to count one Mississippi to a million, it would take you a month to do that. You know that, right? I think more than that. No, but then I think it. Can you look that up? To a million? Yeah, and then I think to a trillion is 31 years. No, that's a billion. A trillion would take you like 1,000 some years. No, a billion is like 31 years. And then I think a trillion is just like astronomical when you're thinking about numbers, because we see the number. 11 days. 11 days to count to a million. Okay, so 11 days to count to a million. How much to a billion? Like I think that's like 31 years. It would take you. It's a lot. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, holy crap. I mean, it would take you a very, very long count to a billion would take. I think it's like in the 30 years. Well, it says 11,574 days. Yeah. So, I mean, however many years that is. It'll take a while. I know that it is. But, you know, when we don't, you know, like when you just look at a number, you're like, oh, man, that's a lot. But then when you put it into time, it kind of like puts things into perspective. Yeah. Like even given like how much that is a day, like money wise. You know what I mean? He's making more in a day than most people make in their lifetime. But 43 billion is not that much to him, though. I mean, it kind of hurts, but it's like he's still got, what you said he's got 200 and something. 265. So he's still over $200 billion. And then think of the money he's going to get off of advertisement on Twitter. Well, but what if like he was just like, you know what? I'm a gambling man. And they just went to the casino. Was like, I want to put $265 billion on this bet and double up. I mean, wouldn't your ass be puckered up? Like if you bet if you walked up to the casino and was like, I'm putting $265 billion down on red. Like, do they even give you a chip, or is it? Do they have like $1 billion chip they give out? The thing is that the casinos couldn't even pay the hell though. Like they couldn't. They would have to take out a loan. It would be like a group of casinos would have to pay out. Yeah, it's like every. They all the casinos in Las Vegas all get together. They create this $265 billion chip, and they create their own roulette table. And they're all these like casino owners are like, yes, it's gonna make or break. Isn't that the sad part? Casinos are so freaking greedy that they'll be like, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Are you watching any TV shows? Anything new? Tokyo Vice on HBO. What the? Oh, speaking of Japan, I saw into the Today Show. This is a new show on Netflix. They're sending. All right, so this is weird, but now I'm fascinated. I got to watch it. In Japan, they're very trusting of letting their kids out running errands. Like right. I remember, I could go up. My dad dipped chewing tobacco, and like I could ride my bike up to the store. They knew me. They knew my dad. Right. You're not gonna get kidnapped. Yeah. And back in the day, now you couldn't do that shit stuff. But they would let me, even though I wasn't over 18, they would let me, get his tobacco and bring it to him because they knew. But in Japan, they're letting 3-4-year-old kids, or 4 or 5,
like walk a mile to the store, get on the bus, bring their dad lunch.
That's how you you cut the fat. Remember the movie 300? Where like you had to like go out into the woods and slay like some wolf or something.
They threw the deformed babies in a pit or whatever. Like,
get this one out of here.
And that one made it out, and he was the one that like stabbed Leonidas or whatever in the back.
Or he didn't stab him. He kind of like he betrayed him, I guess.
Yeah, but did you see some of the chicks? They had 3 or 4 boobs in that like
the Persians. I mean, not the real. I apologize to any Iranians or Persians out there. It was just a movie, okay? It doesn't exist. But yeah, it's crazy. Did you see also the Stranger Things trailer? Stranger Things 4 trailer.
I did, but I have not watched one single episode of that show.
No, well, wait, the entire show? You've never seen it?
No, nope.
Oh my God. How have you not? It's like not seeing the Oscars. You know what I mean?
I've been watching Peaky Blinders. I just finished that. I don't
like horses.
It's
anything related to horses and
not a horse show. God damn.
So that's what the what you call it, the cover art is a horse and a guy with those what do you call those hats?
Oh yeah.
I know, like pancakes on your head.
Yeah. Well, you know why they call them Peaky Blinders? They put razor blades in the bill of the cap that they could like slash people with it.
I feel like it's better spots to put razor blades instead of like right above your eyes.
I don't know. All right, Serak, before we go, tell my audience and supporters how they can check out your podcast.
Yeah, of course. The weekly review, spelled just like it sounds. You catch that on Apple Podcasts. Well, actually, we've been doing more like videos.
On camera keep trying to focus. It's like in and out. It's like
it's a piece of it's cheap. It's not cheap. It's just it's done its purpose. Give it. How long do webcams usually last? Give it a year before it starts to like kind of mess
you
up.
Got to change the oil in them or anything. It's not like they're gonna. I don't think they really break.
Probably because I'm moving a lot. Because this chair is comfy, but it's kind of uncomfortable.
That webcam is racist. Is it?
It is called a razor though, which is ironic. But whatever, razor racist, same thing. It's probably German for racist. What's German for racist? Razor.
What's that?
Is that German for racist?
Yeah, probably.
Razor.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So we've been doing a lot more video podcasts. So definitely check out the Facebook page as well. YouTube. It's just a weekly review. Just it's a picture of my face and my co-host, so you can't really miss it. But still, it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the usual audio podcast streaming softwares. So yeah,